Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. We're playing a Minotaur Berserker of Trog, and what the heck did we do in the last episode? We probably got our third rune, right? Are we standing on slime? Why, we sure are. Alright. Doing a quick character inventory here. What is it that we are a bit short on? We're a little bit shy on recharging. I wouldn't mind having a bit more of that. We have a ton of magic mapping, so that's nice. More than we need, really. Still working on that manual of dodging. We've got a ton of evocables. Still struggling through that Minotaur aptitude up to 17. So our wands and so on should be doing great work for us. Defense is looking quite solid. Resists reasonable. Amulet of Faith. I mean, I don't know. I don't think there's really anything I would want more than that. So I'm not gonna mess with it. Accidentally turned off auto pickup there. I think we probably just go to Zot. I'm not sure exactly how I want to tackle Zot. Obviously, we're not going to be apporting and Passage of Galubria-ing the orb like I prefer to do. That's not an option open to this character. Unless we want to die, abandon Trog. We'd probably be okay if we abandoned Trog at this point, but there's no point taking big risks like that when Trog is still perfectly fine for us. Anything on the ground we need? No. Alright, let's head... The only thing is... There's an Ice Dragon Hide and, still no Scrolls of Enchant Armor, so we're probably never getting to our trove. Let's just head to Zod, I guess. Is this going to be the last episode? Maybe. We'll see. Depends on how Zod goes, I suppose. Level 23 feels a bit low level to be winning as a Minotaur, doesn't it? Do Minotaurs have a good, or a bad experience aptitude or something? I was not aware of that. Where's Minotaur? There it is. Experience -1. Okay. There's a lot of races with -1, though, right? I'm used to playing, I don't know, Draconians or, whatever. Really, Kobolds have +2. I had no idea. What are humans at? Wait, no, that's crossbows. I scrolled way too far. Okay, up here. I was like, there's no way kobolds are +2. Humans are +1. And so are kobolds. Okay. So let's just read our scroll of magic mapping here and see what's the deal. This is interesting. There's a big, scary... Yeah, do not enter this area at all is my advice. Okay. We're probably going to have to do Zot 5, actually killing monsters. But I don't think we have to on the earlier floors. On the other hand, killing a few of them wouldn't be so bad if I could find them in reasonably safe positions. We have 7 Scrolls of Blinking, so that's okay. I mean, it's I guess in fairness, it's pretty good. It's not astonishing, wow, amazing. But I've been in much worse positions with Scrolls of Blinking before. 7 is probably above average, but not remarkable really. I don't know. When I have 11 Scrolls of Blinking in Orc, that's when I'm. Has that ever happened to me? I don't know. It seems a little bit outrageous. That would be a lot. And I've come to Zot with 1 Scroll of Blinking before. That was not a very pleasant experience. Oh, is this the circus? It is the circus. I didn't notice. Alright, that's probably not too bad. I don't know, there's killer clowns, which I'm not too thrilled about. Let's just, how much... And did I bring my Cure Mutation with me? I didn't. So that's actually, I should go back for that. And maybe grab a new Wand of Disintegration as well, so I can afford to dig more kill holes. We ought to be okay here. This is just a bunch of killer clowns, basically, right? There's not going to be orbs of fire in this from this vault anyway. Would you stop blinking? Jeez. I'll be here when you're ready, Mr. Killer Clown. Come on. It's just like kind of dumb that they blink then. I don't know. Yeah, just pick up more decks. Very good. That got us some evasion. This vault, the fruits all used to be bananas. So this was clowns and elephants and like humans, I guess, to be trapeze artists or something. Who knows? Zod is just full of completely silly things, and so this is just one more such thing. But then all of fruit, all the various kinds of fruit got random effects, huh? Got combined into one generic fruit type, which was a great step forward. Like, the multiple types of fruit were dumb and annoying. And it's great that they're all just fruit now. But it did make this vault somewhat the worse for wear. I could have sworn there was an elephant in this. Wasn't there? I don't know about this. There's an elephant there now! Oh, you can't see him through the door. Alright, I guess okay. It's like, that's a better circus trick than I expected in this vault. Disappearing elephants? Amazing. The main thing to keep an eye out for here is Moths of Wrath, because they're the main thing that would make this become a problem. We can handle almost an unlimited number of Draconians one at a time. But if they got berserked, it could start to become an issue. We could handle one berserk Draconian, no problem, but a big old room full of berserk Draconians and berserk golden dragons, like, that could start to be an issue. More magic mapping, as if we need that, huh? Alright, I'll just be around the corner here when you guys are ready to fight. Ooh, damnation, pretty good. Let's just regen here. These Qs are the tough ones. There we go. How are we doing in terms of progress on this floor? About 3/4 of the way through. That's pretty good. Ruined Demon Trident, huh? Let's just tuck around the corner here. Death Cob is fine. Actually, looking not fine. We're surrounded by a bunch of stuff. Let's just get out of here. Surrounded by a bunch of stuff and slowed, and it's berserked. I don't see the Moth of Wrath, which is what is kind of bothering me. It came into view and then berserked things, I guess, and then like walked away? I don't know. It's no longer visible. Weird. So let's Trog's Hand here. I could evoke like a sack of spiders. Sorry, a fan of gales, perhaps? I think I will. Just keep them away from me for a little while the teleport kicks in. Yeah, they came right back because they are berserk after all. Maybe I'll try to kill the Moth of Wrath before I go. Didn't quite work. Almost got him. Alright, so that's the kind of situation that we want to not get into. Oh my gosh, stop picking up wands. Whatever, I mean, I don't know. If you want to pick up wands, the random effects, be my guest, I suppose, but they're not very going to be useful. That reminds me, I should be using my 91 fruits. Wow. Using my Rod of Clouds a bit more. I don't know. A lot of monsters in here just don't really feel like they care about Rods of Clouds. I don't know, maybe I'm Maybe I'm overestimating that. Read mapping, which is on J. So we could dive. That would be nice and easy. I'll check that out, I suppose. That last floor reminded me that, wow, that maybe kill-looting a floor on Zot is just a little dangerous and not something you should do super lightly. So let's see, that staircase is not the one that goes... Oh, I'm dumb. There were 2 upstairs here, not 2 downstairs. Okay, so this staircase is one we definitely want to take back, which means we want to grab this downstairs if it's at all reasonable, and probably even if it's not. Whoa, hello, Death Cobb. See, that's why it's nice to have some evasion, right? We fought that Death Cobb, and he never managed to hit us, so he didn't slow us. Let's get out the Rod of Clouds here. What happened? Apparently, I am not carrying a Rod of Clouds, and pressing swap weapons has caused me to swap to nothing. What happened to my Rod of Clouds? I left it on Dungeon 10 for some reason. Oh, to identify those gloves or whatever it was. Alright, well, I would like to have those back, please. Or that back, I should say. Trog, help! I don't want to be surrounded here. What happened to my troll is dead. Yikes. Let's haste up. Fight the Death Cobb so we don't get slowed. Yeah. This is like, in terms of our tactical position, this is a quite good position. And yet we're still like, this could go badly. I mean, I've buffed up a fair bit. I could buff up quite a lot more. In fact, we have a ton of this stuff. How are we in terms of like, would invisibility be useful? Yeah. But I think I'll just take some might. Berserk Rhyme Drake, huh? Just kill this invisible thing, will you? Quaff agility as well. Alright, I guess I need to put on my ring of... Put on capital W over this. Fine. Be dead, please. Now put back on my ordinary... There's nothing else invisible, right? No. Put on capital G over this. And, you know, hasted, mighty, agile minotaurs are a serious threat for these monsters to deal with. But, you know, they're berserk, right? Like, that makes a big difference. A humongous difference, really. I use as my rule of thumb that, like, fighting one berserk monster is about as bad as being surrounded by 3 of the same monster not berserked. So that's like, if you want to estimate, you know, how bad a situation are you in just because there's some berserk monsters around you. That's a rule of thumb you could try using. It's not like, let's just go to Zot 1 and make sure auto travel doesn't place us anywhere dumb. That's just, you know, something I use to keep in, like, keep in touch with how bad my position is. You know, being surrounded by one berserk guy is often not such a big deal. You know, we're sort of well capable of tabbing 3 storm dragons at once, but if you start getting surrounded by like a Berserk Storm Dragon and a Berserk Golden Dragon, it's like, wait a minute, that's actually 6 dragons around me. That's a pretty big deal. And like, I don't know, maybe 3 is wrong. Maybe it's only 2 or 2.5, but I think it's about 3. I think Berserk is that powerful. We don't need any of that stuff, so yeah, I don't really want to deal with the rest of Zot, so let's just not. Let's kill the Moth of Wrath, please. Oh my gosh, he did get the Berserk. So this is like, this is not good. Let's Trog's Hand, Trog Bros. That should help. Should be enough, I should think. We probably would have been fine even without it, but this way I feel more comfortable. And then I'm going to go upstairs to rest. Maybe that's a bad idea. I don't know. I don't want to make a ton of noise up here where we sort of cleared out a small safe area, but haven't cleared out a large safe area because it makes the floor delicate to being disrupted. Down here, we haven't really carved out any kind of safe area at all, and so some noise is just like not going to make the situation noticeably worse. We could take that escape hatch. Yeah. Eat some bread. Yeah, let's just be engorged here. No sense starving out in Zod 5. I mean, obviously that's not likely to happen, but, you know, you want to be at your best when you're in Zod, right? There's not really anything to save it for, and all kinds of nasty stuff can happen. Read J, alright, here's Zot, great. Let's just, there we go, got the Death Cob. This is a pretty nice natural kill hole. Well, it's not natural, but we could, it's a little cheaper, it only takes 2, right? And it's in like exactly the right place. So actually, I think we'll extend it all the way up to here. That's a good position. Like, we can handle any single thing in Zot 5, I think. Any single enemy in the game, except maybe some nutso panlords, we should be able to deal with. So, so that's my plan, is basically to explore this half of Zot 5. That was it. 1 Moth of Wrath. All right. And then just use this as our base of operations for doing everything else. I don't like, you know, luring Orb Guardians and such in here, but since we can't use Passage of Galubria shenanigans or anything else, I'm not particular. Like, you can, I don't know. You can still do, like, Teleport Ninja without Passage of Galubria and Apportation, but it's a lot dicier because you have to get right on top of the orb, right? And you don't really want to be there. The orb chamber has a ton of Orb Guardians, and if they get around you, they can start doing a lot of damage, especially if there's something to berserk them. And it's just like, we can take a fair amount of the risk away if we just kill some of the monsters on the floor. I don't know. Maybe this is actually making things worse. I'm not sure, because... Oh, let's turn down dodging. Because the longer we're here, the more time monsters have to spawn, right? So, in theory, we're making it more dangerous to get into the orb chamber. But I don't know. I think it's okay. We have a lot of scrolls of blinking, right? So maybe we just blink on top of the, you know, we just haste up, we run in there, all our buffs on, and see how far we can get, and then just spend, you know, several blinks and land on the orb and teleport out. That's a thing you can do. And it should honestly be fine, but I think I would rather like simplify things. No, don't walk onto that Zot trap. by clearing out... No, don't walk on that either. Clearing out some more of this stuff if I can first. Good skills, good skills. Oh, I felt a little tempted to just eat that beef jerky, be super cheeky to those draconians. This is how little I care about you. I'm gonna eat the beef jerky before I go. All right, and there's Zot traps on each of these as well. Very funny. So that seems like a good excuse to use blinking, right? So let's say we only had blink and we chose not to walk at all. How many blinks would it take to get to the center of the orb chamber? Couldn't help myself there. So we get to here, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, a single step, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5 scrolls of blinking, plus like a single square of walking. Seems pretty reasonable. The main thing is going to be that we'll be surrounded once we're in the orb chamber, and we'll have to wait a while for the teleport to go off. I think that ought to be fine. It's just a question of, like, we might get a bunch of unlucky teleports on the way out that I'm not looking forward to. Don't let me forget. Read 3 on D. Gotta have that wand of hasting up and ready. You know, I'm going to shout here. There we go. Get the Draconian's attention. I think it's probably not the best play I've ever made in my life, but it seemed safe enough. And I did want to, back up to attract the Draconian's attention. I don't know. To lure them, I wanted to lure them back to the kill hole, but that was probably dumb. I should have just like walked away. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do is quaff some buffs. Quaff agility, quaff might, quaff resistance, zap hasting, which is on 1. Gotta train myself. Use them. Is there anything else we're missing? Trog's hand, I suppose, but yeah, let's actually. Don't want to get paralyzed, and the regen will be nice. Read a scroll of blinking. And again. Oh my goodness. Yikes. All right. So this is the kind of thing that's like, I'm so glad that I don't do kill dudes regularly. Like, look at this. Who wants to fight this? Any character could be killed by this. I mean, not any character. You know, I had a Zig. I did a deep dwarf Earth Elementalist of Mokled with the goal of, like, I want this one to be the character that I clear a Zig with. And I ended up aborting early on like 3 Zigs, but I did eventually finish one. And on that Zig, there was like a fire-themed floor on like floor 19 or something. And it was like, on the screen you see 11 orbs of fire. And it was like, it was fine, I could handle it. But that's not an ordinary character who's just trying to win the game. For an ordinary character trying to win the game, these monsters, if you try to fight them, like, maybe they won't kill you. But I would say that if you fight these guys, you're taking, at best, like a coin flip to just lose your game right here. And you can like try to lure them to the kill hole, and like I bet we could take these 4 orbs of fire one at a time with all these buffs up, but we don't have to. And if you're playing kill dudes, you kind of have to. You know, players try to lure or whatever, but if you're just teleporting or blinking, you know, these orbs of fire are going to get, what, 1, 2, maybe 3 turns to attack us, and then we'll be gone. It's amazing. And every turn they spend shooting at us is a turn they can't spend chasing us. Let's go here. Get as few things as possible in line of sight. Yeah. Oh no, 1 fireball for what, 8 damage. Not a big deal. But if we had to actually fight them, we'd spend, I don't know, each of them would get at least, let's give them a we'll be very generous to the player who decides to kill dude and say, you can kill an orb of fire in 10 turns. And that's like, the orbs of fire get 10 turns each is 40, and then the next 3 get 10 is 30, and then 20, and then 10. That's 100 turns of orbs of fire shooting at you if you fight them out in the open. Like, oh my god. It's the worst thing I can imagine. I'd rather they just get, like, 3. And I think, remember we needed to step once to get into a closer blinking position, and I think now is a fine time. Oh, another orb of fire. How nice. Let's read blinking again. Yes. To here? This blocks line of sight to half of the orb chamber, which could be nice. I guess one thing that I'm worried about is that there might be orb guardians who end up standing on the orb and make it impossible to pick up. That would be pretty bad. I'm used to being able to apport. So what can I do to try to minimize that risk, perhaps? One thing we could do is look up in the vault file where orb guardians are placed and like think about that. But I think it's just like, I don't know. They get placed like here. Yeah, there's like 8 of them in here probably, maybe 10. I don't know. I'm just gonna walk closer. No, I'll just blink right now, right next to the orb of fire. Yes. I forgot to get the cure mutation, by the way. If anybody is keeping score at home. Good. There was one on the orb, but he moved. So let's blink again. There's nothing next to me that is at all likely to blink me. It should be basically impossible for that to happen. So I can read my teleport before I pick up the orb. In versions long ago, so you know when you pick up the orb, right? When you're carrying the orb, all of your teleports are delayed substantially. And it used to be, in older versions, that that only applied to teleports starting after you picked up the orb, not teleports finishing after you picked up the orb. And so it was like a really important technique to like read teleportation before you pick up the orb. Now it doesn't matter so much because the teleport is delayed if you're carrying the orb at any time during the teleport. But it's still like, it saves you a turn, right? The teleport is delayed, but it's not as delayed, you know. Because you spent one turn. The turn you spent reading the scroll was before you picked up the orb. Which means that the teleport goes off like one turn sooner. Anyway, there's a bunch of monsters. I'm thinking we walk northeast. Nothing attacked me. Incredible. And the main question is whether to heal or keep trying to run. And I think the answer is keep trying to run until we run into something nasty out there. Which could happen, but I think we're doing okay in terms of just running away. None of our buffs are falling off yet. We're contaminated, of course, but who cares? Just run away from all the orb guardians. That's the ticket. All right. Well, let's keep running, I guess. Nice lightning. This is probably a good opportunity to heal wounds. So let's do that. My vision blurs. That's not very nice at all. Ugh. I don't like these guys at all. Let's read a Scroll of Holy Word. We have a lot of them. Blurry vision, of course. Well, do it anyway. It's only half a turn. And I want the death caps to be gone. Does it work? It does work. Okay. Yeah, now of course I wish I had my teleport. Not teleport. Cure mutation. So that was a mistake. I told myself to go get it, and then I forgot. I think we're just going to quaff some curing here, since we don't have a humongous supply of heal wounds, and things don't look so bad right now. Okay, the Berserk Orb Guardian is not the one next to me, it's the one up there. We are still teleporting, which is important to know. Let's... We could do more healing. We could read another scroll of Holy Word. Whoops! We could melee the Ancient Lich accidentally. That's not a plan I had. I meant to hit... I meant to just look at him to see if he was dazed, but instead I attacked him. Whoops. Alright, that's not very good. Let's quaff a heal wounds then, I guess. The teleport should be kicking in any second now, I think. But there's not a lot we can do about it, I suppose. We could quaff another might, or agility, I suppose, would be the better one to make sure that our existing one doesn't disappear. Or we could, like, re-up on Trog's Hand is a thing we could do. But I think just healing is better than any other weird plans. Okay. Well, let's read another scroll of Holy Word, I guess. Teleport doesn't seem to be happening yet. There it goes. We finished reading the Holy Word after the teleport went off. I would like to teleport again. And I'm going to run, rather than running this way, I'm actually going to run up here, because I figure everything in this lung is there, basically. So the northeast corner should be pretty quiet. Trog's Hand is wearing off. Let's, ooh. Don't mind if I do. But let's actually refresh the Trog's Hand first. We've got a fair while before the teleport kicks in, and we might as well make use of it. Really? That's rude. Okay. I guess we just, go after this guy? Oops. Mute the phone, of course. Always forget. Okay, back to the Ice Fiend. Great. So down he goes, and I think now is a great time to quaff Curing. Yes. Okay, this is fine. Now we can get out of here. Very good. Fast, Might, Agi, Resist are all still on. Let's just kill this dragon real quick. Agility is gone, and Haste is on the way out, so... there's a ghost moth somewhere. I don't really care that much. That's the staircase we want, right? Let's rehaste. Right? No. Let's just walk. Ah, found the ghost moth. Oh, they do have, Let's put on my See Invisible. I forgot ghost moths can drain stats, which would be kind of a problem for me right now. If they were to drain my int while I'm trying to run away. I guess we are going to haste up after all. I was a little bit like I didn't really want to get another Malmute on the way out, but this is... It's getting to the point where staying down here is worse. Being attacked by guys than just like suffering a couple possible mutations. Not that one, but this one, right? Yes, this one. And now we can take a moment to breathe, I think. Regen our HP. Trog's Hand, sure. Twists and Deforms. That costs us a ton of armor, of course, but it doesn't really matter that much. Where is the Cure Mute, incidentally? It's in depths 4. If it turns out to be convenient to get, then I would like to get it. But it probably won't be. All right, let's go. Go to depths, please. All right, we're back to depths. So let's do a little bit of investigation here and figure out, are any of the stairs close to the cure mute? Yes, but they're all much closer to an upstair. All right, so forget it. We'll just leave the cure mute behind, I guess. Go dungeon 0, please. Hello, Orb Guardian. We could quaff cancellation, actually. Yeah. There we go. Avoid getting any more malmutes since we're not going to be able to cure them. And we'll just zap digging in here. Whoops, I should have killed that Orb Guardian. I didn't realize he'd made it up the stairs with me. Alright, get out of here. I hate these red devils, man. Good, we're up to dungeon. It seems to be going pretty smoothly now. Not a lot of monsters to fight. We could kill Pykel if we wanted, but I'm not particularly... Oh, alright, since you insist. Oh my god, what am I doing? Wow. I just tabbed 1 or 2 too many times, and then there's a Panlord and a Tormentor. Ugh. Ugh. Alright, let's haste number 1 thing to do. Jeez. What else? We could easily die here. We gotta be careful. The Tormentor hitting us twice made this pretty nasty. This is what I get for fighting Pykel. And then for tabbing instead of using the staircase that was right there. This would be such a sad way to die. How fast is this guy? He's fast. But I bet we can do pretty well to just run away from him. Yes, take the hatch. All right. Whew. Trog, help. Which staircase do we want to go for? This one leads to somewhere pretty good. This one is not quite as good. So I guess we'll go here. How much digging do I have to do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so I want to stand here to dig my way out. Here is just as good. And hopefully I'll have a moment to rest here, which I can... Trog, I cannot afford to not have your hand on me here. You gotta work with me on the escape, please. Quaffing, curing every turn here, as you guys can see, of course. Just, I guess at this point it's no longer quite so urgent. I could just do a normal rest. But we still have 10 of them left. I don't imagine I'll need more than 10, so... Stairs we're heading for seem to be around there. Fine. Apparently auto travel wants these, but I'll take these just to get away from the Orb Guardian. All right, we made it out. Whew, that was a close call at the end there. That would have been quite sad. And it's a shame, you know, we got some malmutes. Character's gonna look a little ugly on the morgue, but that's life. The important thing is that we won. You have escaped. Congratulations. Didn't really use our evocables as much as I would have liked, but we didn't really need them. Ah, dang it. I wish, like, it was a little bit harder to accidentally leave that screen. Oh, well. And I mentioned probably at least once during the beginning of this playthrough that this game was to extend my personal record for longest win streak. So this was my 5th win in a row. I'm pleased with that. 4 was quite good, of course, but 5 is better. Maybe we can make it 6. Who knows? Tune in next time for the exciting adventures of Amalloy playing Dungeon Crawl. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you next time.